What are you doing? What?
Okay, we're talking to Dad, and we're going to find out a little bit of his history. Dad, you were named Louis J. Simon, and the J was for James. So when and where were you born?
Born in Ashtabula, 7 King Street, which is now 41st Street, August 22nd, 1922.
Okay, and your parents were from another country.
They're,
Where were they from?
they're from Lebanon, both of them were from Lebanon, by a place called Ain Sidi by Beirut.
And how old was your mother when she came here, when she got married?
She was about 14.
And your dad was how old?
Well, he was 32 years old.
And it was a prearranged marriage?
As far as I know it was, yeah.
Okay. How many brothers and sisters did you have?
There was 3 brothers and 3 sisters.
And what were their names?
Joe, Martha, George, Margaret, Sam, and Anna Mae.
And you were which in line?
I was next to the youngest.
Next to the youngest, and Anna Mae was the youngest?
That's right.
And you've lived in Ashtabula most of your life?
I lived here all my life, right?
Okay. Tell us about the different jobs you did and how you got started on them.
Well, in high school, I was a paper boy for 11 years. And my brother Joe, at my last half year of my senior year, said they could stop me in the paper and give me $5 a week, which was a ton of money then. In fact, I couldn't spend the whole $5 in some weeks.
What were you doing?
He just gave it to me. That was
Oh.
because I was in senior years. That was in 1941.
And what did Joe do for a living?
My brother Joe was a cook.
Okay. And did your parents own their own?
My dad owned his own confectionery store for many years. Then he started a meat market up on Main Avenue on West, beyond Spring Street. And the building still stands there where he was at. It's now an office building.
Okay. And after you got your $5 a week, then you go to college?
No, I got called my senior year of high school, my last week. I caught a job being so poor, they let the seniors get out before they graduated, which I did. They let me out. I'm sailing on the lakes for 41 and 42.
And when you were sailing
In February of 43, I went in the Army. I stayed there till latter part of January of 46.
Where did you serve in the Army?
I was over in New Guinea. In the States, there was 4 camps in the States. And the rest of the time I went to New Guinea. I came back in January of 46, got discharged.
And then what did you do after 46?
I went back on the lakes again for 46. And that's where I met my wife, the lakes.
Okay.
Where were your trips on the lakes? From what city to what city?
We were mostly we went from Conneaut to Two Harbors, Duluth. Then we'd go to Lorraine, Chicago, and Gary, Indiana.
And what were you carrying mostly?
Mostly iron ore and coal.
How long would it take that trip? How many days would
It would
it take?
take us a round trip took about a week. Almost 7 days for a round trip. We carried about 14,000 tons of cargo. And depending on what port you went to, how long it got unloaded, the fastest loading dock was Conneaut. They would have you out in about 4 hours. The rest of the docks are 8 to 10 hours.
But due to the ice, you couldn't haul all year long, right?
No, we always, to account of that, we usually laid up the first, second week of December, usually the first week of December.
And what did you do then?
Then I would come back home and I went and worked on a railroad at the yards, railroad yards at the West End. And then I got married after I met my wife, 46, she was on the lakes. We got married in February of 47. I went to work at Union Carbide in 47 until the first part of 48. And then we had an explosion at my house
Which house, dude?
on 4219 Park Avenue. That's the first house we ever bought. And I just had to get out. You know, we got everything all back to normal. And I decided to go back sailing again.
What job did you do on the boats?
Last job, I was third mate. I was a boatswain mate for the longest, then I went third mate. And then I thought it was time to quit. I quit in 48 my last year.
What did the third mate do?
He was in charge of the deck. He was like the boss of the deck during certain watches. My watch is from 8 to 12. But the reason I quit, I made too much money. Now let me explain that part. I hear all these mates, captains, they never see their family. And the money was good, I gotta admit that. The bonuses were good. But I decided that I'm not gonna make it a living because I want to go on the shore and I want to see my kids born and raised. The one thing that enters my mind, of course I was married, and we were in Kanya. My wife came down to see me, and I saw her going up that dock alone.
Good.
And that told me right then and there that'd be my last year, and it was.
Yeah?
It was awful hard to give it up, because like I said, the money was good. Then I went to work from there, I went to work at Nelson Products, and I stayed there, until the late summer of 49.
What'd you do at Carbide?
At Carbide, I was in the loading department. We loaded the drums.
Okay.
It was a good job, but that Nelson machine, I was like a handyman. We did a little bit of everything there. And then after Nelson machine, I decided to go in business for myself. I went in business for myself in 1949, and I stayed that way for 42 years. I was a painting contractor.
You owned your own business, which was
Yeah, I
called?
owned my own business. I started as a wall washer and window washer. That's what I started out at.
And your company name was Veterans Painting?
My name, Veteran Painting and Cleaning Company, that's right. And had a lot of good times, a lot of broke times. First went into business, things were fine, and all of a sudden it hit bottom. And we used to go quite a while without getting pay, but when I'd get my money, we'd take the pay then. And my wife was a very good manager. And I don't think the kids ever had to go for anything outside of food for a want of anything.
How many guys usually worked for you at a time?
Oh, after I'd been there for a while, I decided to go big. At around 18 or 19. But I had those on 2 or 3 crews. And I was always on the go. I was never home. And if I was late bringing stuff over to one crew, they were sitting down doing nothing. So one morning I went to work at 8 o'clock. About 8:45 in the hospital. They thought I had a stroke. But come to find out it was nerves. So I stayed in the hospital about 4 or 5 days, I guess. That's when I decided I'm going to go back to small. I went back to 2 crews. And it worked out good, pretty good. That's all the heck with it. I went back to 1 crew. The 1 crew, I wasn't making that much money. But hourly I was making more money because I was putting in less hours. And my break in contract, it came in 1956. For our first year out here, your mother got a call and wanted to know if I did sandblasting. She had no idea what they were talking about. But she says yes. It was the best thing she ever said. I went to a place called Stauffer Chemical on the corner of Middle State Road. And we put a business sandblast. It's one little building. I had no sandblast, no nothing. I sure went and bought one quick enough after I got the job. We went there for a small job. We stayed there for 2.5 years. That was a job that put me over the top of everything. I knew a lot of people, I met a lot of people. And I did a lot of bigger work then. We painted churches. We went all over plants. And then towards the end there, I got into sandblasting, tanks and stuff like that, for molded fiberglass. But then we went all over sanding for after that, after we'd known them for tanks. And that was, it was very good money, very, very good money. You can't have smart people doing it because they're too smart to go inside these tanks. But you'd have these people that would only want to work a little bit and then go out and get drunk again, and then you hire back again. But I had a pretty good crew, and I treated them fair, and they treated me very fair. Whenever I had a tank ready to go, I just called one guy, old Chris Tackett.
He was a jailbird.
Yeah, that's exactly what he was.
He was a
jailbird, that's right. In fact, for one job, I had to get him out of federal penitentiary to get it back. But I called Chris Tackett, and there'd be a crew. It was a motley crew, but it was a fair crew to me.
And they protected your family too.
Oh, yes, they did. Oh, they had nothing to worry about. And I made good friends with them. And today they're still my best friends. Chris still comes to see me. He's out in Arkansas, and he still comes to see me. But when we were in these plants, they wouldn't steal one thing, not one thing. And yet they're some of the biggest thieves there were. But they kept everybody honest. They were very honest at the plant, I should say.
You're a member of the Elks Club?
Oh, yeah. 36 years of it.
And you were...
I was Grand All Ruler about 1995, 96. And we were never a club with money. We were always broke. But then all of a sudden things got a little bit better. We built a brand new club. 14 years ago we built it. We were $500,000 in debt. But now it's almost paid for.
Okay.
And I still spend a lot of time now to get out of my wife's hair.
And you retired in what year?
I retired in 1991.
Yeah.
And I didn't want to retire because I was only working part-time then and enjoying every second of it. But my family forced it.
And how many kids did you have?
That's the trouble. I had 4 kids, 2 boys, 2 girls.
And you've got some grandchildren now, great-grandchildren?
I got 9 grandchildren and 4 great-grandchildren.
Oh.
4, Louis got one.
Yeah, I know Louis got one, yep.
That's 4. I haven't seen them for a long time, but they're there.
Okay. And
But all in all, it's been a good life. I enjoyed it all. I made 2 trips back to Lebanon to see how my relations were. And they lead the life that we used to lead when I was a kid. There's respect for the family there yet. TV isn't the number one thing. They do have TV. And if you're lucky, they'll play it 1 hour a day, that's it. But you're still family. And that's what I like about it. I think there's some bad ones. But I would say 95% of them were still minding their parents. When they were home, they were very good people. There was no rowdiness. Among the good ones, I should say.
kind of like your kids, your grandkids, right?
No, I wouldn't say that. But no, it was nice. Then your mother and I used to take cruises and stuff like that. I used to take trips with the KSC and stuff like that when they went someplace.
Always go down to Florida.
Oh well, I bought a couple of condos down in Florida, yeah. And I enjoyed them for about 15 years. And this year I sold them both. This is the year 2000. And here I am with all this snow up here now, and they got the snow down here. But if doctor lets me, I'll probably go down there for a couple months, March or April.
Well, not the doctor, if Mom lets
No, the doctor.
you. The head of the house.
January. He's going to let me know in
Okay.
January.
Alright. So,
I never was there in February. I was up here because that's my anniversary. I thought I should be home for my anniversary. I don't know why, but they think it's kind of good. I have been married to the same woman since 1947. And I never doubt in my mind I had the best. She was tough on me once in a while, yeah, but a little story I'll tell you on Park Avenue. Oh, I had 3 or 4 of my friends got married. They had bachelor parties. Back home late, she's doing the kitchen floor. And I think I had the cleanest kitchen floor in the country. Because every time I come home late, there she was, doing the kitchen floor. Of course, then all those parties ended, so I didn't come back home.
Yep.
Before I built this house here in 56, like I say, we lived on Park Avenue, and we went down to 1420 on Ohio Avenue. And I enjoyed it down there. But we needed more room, so we built this place here. And I owned those buildings until I sold Park Avenue here about 5 years ago.
how many buildings and houses did you own total?
Altogether I had 11 one time.
And now you're down to just owning
I
a
own
couple buildings? And
I own 2 buildings in one house out in Roman Rock, plus this house here. The rest of them are sold. And one of our wealthiest man in town was a tenant of mine. And a very good tenant, by the way. And he couldn't afford anything more. And to this day, when you see him, and even if I'm not there, he'll say, if it wasn't for Mr. and Mr. Simon, we wouldn't be where we were today.
And who was that man?
Mr. Tackett. It was a Larry Tackett. And no matter where I see him, I don't care what it is, he always stops. And like if your mother will see his wife in church, he always stops to talk. So we always kept our rents where they should be. And more than one people have bought homes on account of it, they could save some money. But I never was a high renter. I never raised my rents. Because I wanted the people to stay there, which they did. We had people stay 25 years in one place. I had a guy rent a place for 2 years, for 1 year I should say. That was 12 years ago. He's still there. We got the mail rented a place for me for 2 years. The guy stayed there 9 years. So you see that my rent come in and they're no problem. But all in all, it's been a good life. I can't complain. I have did everything I wanted to do. I saw my kids married. I got my grandsons. I saw them, granddaughters. And my grandson is going to graduate from college
He's not the first grandson.
this coming May.
He'll be the first one to graduate, Louis.
That's what I mean.
Oh, okay.
No, to graduate from college.
Yeah.
And I'm pretty proud of my family. I will say this, it may mean very much, but I'm ready to go anytime. Like it can be done, it can be done anytime. But I've also I've fulfilled my life. I see what I've done. I'm happy with what I've done. I wouldn't change nothing. And you don't live forever, that's all I can say. I just lost a brother and a sister-in-law within a week's period. They're gone right away. I mean, nobody knew they were really sick. And it was hard on the families. And it couldn't be hard on any family. But the thing is, you didn't suffer. And you always got to face death with life. Everybody's not going to live forever.
Okay.
And with that, I'll say amen. Goodbye.
Okay, we're talking to Madeline Rita Culver Simon. And I'd like to know when and where you were born.
Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania,
When?
September 29, 1920.
Okay. And your parents, were they from the United States or did they come in from another country?
United States.
United States. And their names were?
My mother was Emily M. Charnley,
And your father?
Raymond Mose Culver.
Okay. And how many brothers and sisters did you have?
5.
And what were they?
4 boys and 1 girl.
And then you were number 6, right?
Mm-hmm.
And what were your brothers' names?
Raymond, Wilfred, Tom, and Mark.
And your sister's name?
Mary.
And Mary died when she was young.
12 years old.
Okay, and your mother, she died when you were very young. Remember what year?
1930.
And how old?
7.
And you were how old?
Turned 9.
Okay. And at that time, what happened? When you kid, all the kids, you,
Oh,
where were you living at that time?
Horseback Island.
Okay, and that's up by
Straits and Mackinac.
Okay, and then after that, you went to where?
We had a place at Mackinac Island.
And what was that?
Small hotel.
Okay, and you owned the hotel?
Mm-hmm.
And then after your mother died, a few years after your mother died, you lost the hotel?
Right.
And what happened then?
We went back to the farm.
What part?
Horseback Island.
And then your father couldn't take care of you guys anymore.
Well, the 2 younger ones went away to an aunt to go to school.
Okay, and then where did you go?
I stayed home
For how long?
all my life.
When you were you ended up living and working for some doctors?
Well, that was after I got to be a teenager.
And how
I
old were
was
you
by
by then?
myself then. 17.
Did you finish high school?
Nope.
What grade did you finish?
7.
7th grade? Okay. So you lived in Mackinac Island, Boys Blank, and you lived up in the Sioux for a while?
Mhm.
And what did
Yeah.
you do up in the Sioux?
I worked for a doctor, and I worked for dry cleaning and laundry, and I worked for another doctor, did 2 jobs, and stayed there until I went sailing during the war.
Went sailing? What did you do while you were sailing?
And second cook on the lakes.
Is that how you learned how to cook so well?
Well,
We never had a better cook, did we? Huh? Okay. So you sailed on the lakes, and what happened while you were sailing on the lakes? You met Dad?
First year I met his brother George, and next year I met him.
Oh. There was once a story that Dad actually proposed to somebody else, but she didn't get the letter or something. Was that true?
I don't know, he don't tell me much about that.
No, not quite true.
Oh, okay. Okay. So, did you dated Uncle George for a while?
No,
No.
no. He used to come down my room and use my typewriter, but he always went back to his
Oh,
own
okay.
room.
So you met Dad, you guys got married,
Yep.
and where were you living when you met Dad?
In the boats.
But when
I
the
was
boats,
sailing.
but when the boats had the dock, where did you go? Where'd you live?
Off season, she means.
Oh, off season. I go
Yeah.
back to the doctor's house,
Which was in what city?
Sault Ste. Marie.
So then Dad was down here in Ashtabula.
Mm-hmm.
And did you get to commute very often?
Nope, too far away.
Okay. So you guys got married in February. You came down to Ashtabula.
It was a snowy day. Yeah, it was really snowy.
And where did you stay before you got married?
At his mother's.
Okay. And was she there?
No, she left home.
Did she come back for your wedding?
Oh, yes.
Was she happy that you were getting married?
Well, she made a nice party for us.
She showed up. She left town when you found out you were getting married, though. And then you borrowed clothes from people to wear for your wedding?
I had my own clothes, but my clothes spilled out of it stained and I couldn't wear it. I had to borrow panties and a slip
Yeah.
to go under my wedding gown because the stain showed through the wedding gown.
Yeah. So after you guys got married, you left the Sioux area and came down here. And you're
Married here.
yeah, you were married here and you stayed here. And your father, where was he living at that time?
New Orleans, I think, with my brother.
Okay. Did you know where all the
He's in Michigan.
Did you know where all your brothers were living at the time?
Oh yeah.
You were all back together, kind of.
Well, we knew where each other were.
Okay.
Didn't see each other.
Okay. And so you worked odd jobs up at the Sioux and you worked on the boats. Did you work after you got married?
I worked while he sailed the first year. I worked in an ice cream store. Then I went sailing whenever they needed somebody in the galley.
On the same ship?
Yeah. They wanted me to go steady, and I didn't want to go because weather was too bad. It didn't fall.
Mm-hmm. So then you were living in which house? Park Avenue? Is that your first house?
Yeah. No, we lived down on West 5th Street in a new apartment.
Okay. She's always got stories.
Tell us about your childhood on Mackinac Island. What kinds of things did you do? What was life like on Mackinac Island, especially in the winter when
I
you
didn't.
couldn't take a ship across, a boat
Well,
across?
I didn't live on Mackinac Island in the wintertime.
Okay.
I stayed there when my mother was sick and took care of her and my youngest brother,
And who's your youngest brother?
Mark.
Mark. And the only brother you have left and sister is Tom, right? He's still living?
Tom and Wilford.
Oh, Wilford, that's right, you have Wilford.
My sister died.
Right. What did you do when you were younger?
Worked,
What did you do for fun?
took care of my mother.
Yeah, for fun. You used to tell us stories about not getting your hair brushed. You had
Well, that
long
wasn't
hair.
fun.
And what did you do?
I used to run away from my mother and she'd go comb my hair because it was so long and curly. And I'd run away from her. So when my aunt would come up, she'd comb my hair and I'd stand right there and let her comb and pull all she wanted. I wouldn't say ow.
And you guys used to go berry picking?
Oh yes.
And you'd eat more berries than you pick, right? Or you brought home?
No, I used to get a penny a quart. I'd get $1 a day.
Wow, a lot of...
I didn't know how many quarts I picked. I'd get $1 a day, a penny a quart. I couldn't count.
Oh, okay. And you helped Dad along in his business.
Yeah, we all did.
And what could you say is like maybe your best memory or how life was?
I don't think I have a best memory.
I know it was when you had your daughter Charlotte.
When she got married, that's her best.
When she got married.
No,
When she came home from her honeymoon too early.
No, when I wanted her to move to Alaska, and she never did.
Yeah, so you've been married.
53 and 3/4 years.
Yep, and all your kids came home for it.
Yep,
Your kids come home every Christmas for you guys.
and all special occasions.
Yep.
We're lucky that even my grandkids come.
You raised a good bunch of kids, you and Dad did.
Yeah, they're fairly good. Who all's here to listen? Oh,
Raymond's sleeping. Really?
Oh, we had a
About
good
the
family.
early
I
life.
won't complain to my family. And I don't think she will either.
No,
She
I
may
think
complain about me, but not the family.
you taught us all to stand by each other. That's what we've always done. When one needs help, we're there, no matter where we're at. So,
I think my worst 2 memories is when I didn't have an 8th birthday and when my sister got sick.
You didn't have an 8th birthday because your mom had just passed away?
Well, no, she was living, but she told me I had to learn to comb my hair or at least try. And I didn't do it.
That's where she gets her stubbornness from, okay.
And she said if I didn't learn to comb my hair, she wasn't going to make me a birthday cake. So we picked blackberries all that day, and I picked lots because I knew she made my sister a cake. And I thought, I knew she made 2 cakes. But she wasn't going to frost one if I didn't have a birthday. I mean, if I didn't comb my hair. So I thought, she'll frost it because I picked lots of berries. I'll have a birthday cake. Well, my birthday come, she didn't frost a cake. The next year I didn't have a mother.
Yeah.
And that was the worst memory.
Yeah.
And then, well, my sister died, of course.
And your sister, she died up in in Saginaw, was it? Or
Sheboygan, Michigan.
Sheboygan, Michigan? She died in the hospital?
Yeah. And she buried in Sheboygan.
And you had twin boys
Mm-hmm.
on your birthday?
Yeah.
In what year?
47.
And they died a day or two after they were born?
A few hours, one
Few hours.
next day.
You named them Tom and John.
Mm-hmm.
And after that, you just had 4 wonderful kids, didn't you?
Right, right.
So,
Lots of other babies.
yep, you were a foster mom.
Mm-hmm.
And how many foster babies did you take in?
Well, I had 67 on their record, but I have more than that. That
Right.
I didn't keep track of.
You started taking them, you remember what year?
Before you were born. What year?
Well, I thought you took them after I was born.
No,
I was born in
I
59.
had Carl was my first one, and he was
Okay.
here the year before you were born.
I was born in 59, so you started taking them in
Oh.
58, yeah. He
58.
must have been here in 58. That's
And-
when you did that work for Miss Tinney.
And then you took care of babies until, with the Catholic Service League, until you're about 70 years old or so.
That's been 12. I think he's 12.
Tell me why we had to give them up.
Because they wanted me to go to, I had to go to school for 6 weeks to learn how to take care of a baby. Change diapers and feed him.
Oh,
And I had to go with them, I said I wouldn't
Yeah.
do it.
yeah.
Well, I wasn't going to go to
And
school.
how did you
either.
always let Dad know a baby was, that we were getting a foster baby?
Scared to death.
But what did you used to do?
Well, you'd always find a new blanket or a bottle or something sitting around.
So that's the way Dad always knew you were getting a baby. And
Yeah.
what did you do when they took the baby after a couple months?
When they took the baby, I'd take all my kids and we'd go shopping for a day.
Or 2. That was the best. And you still see some of the babies you raised
yeah,
from
somehow.
adoption, and you took in neighbor kids, and one still comes every Christmas to see you, Jason.
Mm-hmm.
You had him from birth. And
Paul had one of my kids in junior high school a couple of years, well, when he was, what was he doing? When he was subbing, I think he had one of my kids.
so that was pretty much it. You were a stay-at-home mom. You stood behind your kids. You raised them not to lie.
As far as I knew,
Yeah. You stood behind us, and
if they told a lie, they got punished for telling a lie, not for what they did.
That's right. That's
They
right.
could do anything as bad as they did, but if they lied,
And Raymond was the worst of the lot, usually.
I'm not answering that question.
But now he's turned out to be a very successful businessman.
And they're all very successful. All of them.
He brought us up well.
They got more than I ever thought of having.
Yeah. We owe everything to you and Dad.
Am I done?
Yeah, you can be done.
We're not sorry for what happened. We're not. We feel that we did our part. You can do your part. And I hope you keep on going doing it to other people.
Yep.